I don't think you need to go abroad to understand how cool of a country we have, and how privileged we are to actually be living here.
I disagree.
You disagree with that. Okay. I think that, it's just that the narrative that people over the years have shared is, just how way better of a country the US, Canada, Europe are, right? I think that we need more people actually like sharing these stories, these positive, comeback stories. I think that we need that.
Yeah.
I think that we need to maybe stop spending so much time complaining about the Dominican and maybe start like looking at the opportunities that we have right now. Again, I don't want to be unfair. Like right now we have more opportunities than we ever before, right?
Yes.
I can see.
But I also see, I just want for people to maybe understand that the gap is not as wide as it used to be.
Yeah.
So you don't need to go abroad maybe to see that now. 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 25 years ago, for sure, the gap was huge. Like, it was not, like, unless you were like, I don't know, like a genius or something, that there weren't a way for you to understand like how close the gap is today.
Yeah.
Like, we have access to many international brands. We have access to better services. We have access to information the same way people from the US or Canada have. Like, we have access to stuff. Like, even from a job opportunity perspective, like, people are working remotely now. So nowadays, I think that maybe sharing that side of the story where, hey, you know what? Dominican Republic will never be US, will never be Canada. But guess what? Canada and US will never be Dominican Republic. And we have, the gap is closing. Things are not as bad as, maybe your circumstances are saying. Because we have people like actually having a rough time abroad too, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Today, right?
Yeah.
especially nowadays. So I don't know. I guess that my point is, of course, I mean, if you have to do it because of a personal reason, of a professional reason, go ahead and do it. But that's different than doing it because you hate this country, because you think that this country, anything works. So
You know what? Like, I think that's also one of the reasons initiatives as Dominican Bridge are so important, because they bring visibility to all of this.
that's what I'm
Because,
saying. Thank you.
like, I think that we have all of those conversations, but behind closed doors. So we talk about it.
Yeah.
We know about it. We're like this group that this is what we believe, or this is what we have seen over there.
Right.
But we don't share it as often. It made me think about the mixer and the conversation that we were having. On the mixer we were talking with someone that he lives over here. He hasn't moved abroad ever, and he was saying like, well, it would be interesting for me to move abroad, maybe because of X, Y, and Z, and and Jenna was over there and saying like, oh, tell me your reasons, and we were all sharing. And at the end of the day, people say, oh, there's corruption here, or there's this happening with politics or X, Y, and Z, right?
Yeah.
And
I will take whatever's happening here in the Dominican Republic from a political perspective. I will take these, versus what's happening abroad.
And it's
Like,
interesting
I hear
because
you.
Brett
That's
Brett
100%.
was right there on the other side. And when we were in Canada, like, first year it was just like, oh, we're just learning about the country. And it came to a point where like, oh, now I can vote here. Now, I'm a citizen here. Like, I'm already invested. I know what's really happening. I see the news. Like, there's stuff going on over there.